Luck and Strange, the fifth studio solo album by David Gilmour, was released today, and I'm going to be reviewing it. Welcome to another Top 5 Records video, and today is all about this new album by David Gilmour, Luck and Strange. And the album is, as a matter of fact, one that starts off with a promise. David Gilmour, during the announcement of this record, said that it started all during the COVID-19 period, in which he was doing live streams with his family and where he learned that he could break with his past or not let the past, his work with Pink Floyd, influence him too much. So, what did he do? He started working with a new band, which he has said is a band of more creative musicians. And he also said that his touring band became more and more of a Pink Floyd tribute band and that he was not looking for that. He's touring with a new band, a more creative band, and as a matter of fact, announced that he will make another album after this tour. The result of this working with a new band and breaking with the past is an album that David Gilmour himself described as being the best thing he has done since Dark Side of the Moon. Now, does he live up to that promise? Well, I'll go through it track by track. The opening song, Black Cat. It's nice. I really enjoyed it. It has this nice atmospheric element here. It really got me into a mood. And I think that mood with a David Gilmour album is very important because he really needs to be in a certain space, a certain area. And I, by the way, think that the cover art, a photo, and I believe the entire art was done by Anton Corbijn, who you may know from working with U2, Depeche Mode, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Joy Division, an iconic photographer and filmmaker. And I think that this album cover is just splendid and sets the mood the same way Black Cat does. There's a certain dark mysticism in this record. And it's a short song. It's a short intro. It's about 1 minute 30. And it reminds me of what David Gilmour did with On an Island, in which he also has a very nice opening song that sets the mood, and then he walks straight into his his title track. And On an Island, that song was really good. And I must say that on Luck and Strange, I think the same of that again, just as with On an Island. This is a good song. First thing I noticed is Gilmour's voice has become more raspy. I really, really like that. Gilmour's voice can sometimes be a bit. I love his voice. Start off with that. But his voice can be somewhat light, somewhat undistinguished. And the fact that the aging is audible, I truly, deeply love that. Nevertheless, it is incredible how concentrated, how even pure and serene he can still sound at this age. It's bizarre that there is actually so little aging involved, but the aging that we do hear, the more raspy, older sound, it works pretty well. This song, these two songs, Black Cat, Luck and Strange, are very, very nice opener. That level is not constant here. The third song, The Piper's Call, immediately I was not into it. I think it's uninspired. I think it's a very typical Gilmour format. And that is something that I keep struggling with. Gilmour announces this album as if he is reinventing himself, but the best work since Dark Side of the Moon. Come on. He is not reinventing himself. And if this is the best reinventing that he can do, I mean, I wasn't expecting a David Bowie kind of reinventing himself. But The Piper's Call sounds like so many recordings that he has done solo. Such a typical Gilmour format. the way the backing vocals are involved, the backing vocals, how they come in at exactly the same moment as the lead vocal, and they have so little distinction, and that's very notable on this record. The thing in Pink Floyd was there was this balance. You have this technical, good vocalist with a very clean, dreamy voice, Gilmour, and then you have this hard, rough, um, sort of like parlando talk vocals of Roger Waters, and that dynamic was brilliant. And when you listen to a Waters record, you do need a soft, dreamy, comfortable voice. But when you listen to a Gilmour record, you need somebody who can tell a story. And in the Piper Skull, it's just undynamic, complete Gilmour the way we've heard him uh, so many times before. Now, the fourth song, A Single Spark, that's different. You do notice that he is trying to set foot in new territories. His vocals there have a certain French Italian folk rhythm to it. It even reminded me of Dean Martin. That's amore. It's an okay song. It's an okay song. It has a nice rhythm. It has a nice thing to it. Uh, Good solo at the end. I would love to see though how this develops over time. Then we have a very short interlude, Vita Brevis. Okay, nice to have a sort of interlude. Then the highlight of the album for me, Between Two Points. Why is it a highlight? Romani Gilmour. His daughter is singing here. Now, during the COVID sessions, Roger Waters joked that when Gilmour was performing with his family, it was like the Von Trapp family and all. But adding his daughter on this song is the best decision he has done on this album. She has a gorgeous voice, but, and that's what I like, she's not the kind of young female or girl voice that tries to be beautiful or is playing with the simple elements of beauty in her voice. No, she has a distinctive voice. She has a unique personality coming through it. And there is a dreamy quality. There is a comfortable quality to it. Don't expect that his daughter sings like Roger Waters. But she has, it seems like she has more to say than her dad. Seriously, she's a good vocalist. And I loved that song, Between Two Points. Now, song 7, Dark and Velvet Nights. Again, it's noticeable that Gilmour wants a change in his musical style. It opens like a Deep Purple track. But that concept of a new idea, he just doesn't pull it through. And again, I think it's his voice. I think Gilmour's voice has too much of a dreamy quality to really go beyond the expected. He doesn't pull it through. When he tries to sing rougher, it's not convincing. So, Dark and Velvet Nights is an okay song, but you notice, you hear, he wants to do more. Song 8, the song Sings. It opens with the lyric, Darling, turn back the clock, moved around or something and make it stop. I mean, Gilmour wasn't the best lyricist himself. His wife is now writing the lyrics. Nah, she's also not the most creative lyricist, honestly. I also think that this opening with this and the dreamy voice of Gilmour, it makes it faux pas deep. You know, it's not fully convincing. Not the best lyric, not the most impressive delivery. So, Sings is not a song for me. Then, song number 9, Scattered. You hear these echo elements, like the song echoes. I like that. I don't think it's wise to start a song off with focus on Gilmour's voice. I seem to be, I'm not nagging on his voice. I think he has a good quality voice, but it just has too little body to carry an album. And that was also pretty noticeable on Scattered. Somewhere in the middle, you notice they're fooling around with cabaret jazz influences in the song. That's nice. There's a nice acoustic solo. But then after the acoustic solo, Gilmour gets the electric guitar, and what do we get? Like I've heard him do so many times. I really admire the idea that Gilmour tries to find a new sound and tries to break with his past, but he's not doing it. He's not doing it. As an album, I did enjoy it. Yes, I did enjoy it. I'm critical. I'm not fully convinced, but I'm also not negative. I'm somewhere in the middle, and I might give it some more goes. Might give it another spins this year. So I'm curious. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.